This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening. I'm Sabrina Brown. Thank you for joining us. The government moving ahead with the construction of the $6.5 million Fishing Hole Road Causeway. As the project is about to enter a new phase of development, businesses in the area are expected to be impacted. Joan Davis-Roll reports.
Persons traveling in and out of West Grand Bahama will soon have to take an alternative route, all in preparation for the multi-million-dollar Fishing Hole Road. It is a work in progress. The preliminary work now being carried out in the area of the Fishing Hole Road, all a part of the preparation process, paving the way for the highly anticipated $6.5 million Fishing Hole Road Causeway.
There's some ongoing dredging taking place from Bahama Rock, and it appears as if the fill is coming towards the Fishing Hole Road. It's important to understand that it's a coordinated effort with Bahama Rock dredging and the Fishing Hole Road. There's ongoing blasting that is taking place in the Hawksbill Creek area, which is part of the final phase development of the Harbor Company. It's important that all of the blasting take place prior for us starting to erect the Fishing Hole Road, because you're fully aware if we do blasting beneath a structure that is already up, it could affect the integrity of the structure. So we are on target.
In a recent interview with ZNS News, the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Dr. Michael Davos, stated that it is imperative that the construction of an additional road be carried out as a vital part of the overall scope of work.
What you should see shortly is the construction of the second portion of the road, because a portion of the existing Fishing Hole Road will have to be cut off in order for the construction part to take place to the north of the road itself. There's three other components. We have those wooden poles. Those poles are property of the Grand Bahama Power Company. And there's also BTC or Cable Bahamas that is a part of that, so we have to remove that. All of the geotechnical work is done, so we know exactly what is beneath the Fishing Hole Road and how deep the rock is before we can tap into it. So we are actually moving.
Officials say before this major causeway can be constructed, businesses along the Fishing Hole Road also have to be relocated. Proprietor of the crew deck, Wellington Ingram, has been operating his business for the past 9 years. He says while the construction of the bridge comes as welcome news, there's uncertainty regarding the future of area businesses.
Almost $30,000 invested in this business, and now I don't know if they're gonna pay out for the work I've already done or reconstruct. I don't know anything as yet, but hopefully they probably compensate me or replace the structure.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
A new twist in that failed human smuggling attempt in waters off Grand Bahama. Police have confirmed that the body of a female was found under the vessel that overturned near West End. On Saturday, the U.S. Coast Guard rescued 10 persons who were clinging to that overturned vessel, 8 Haitian nationals, 1 Jamaican, and a Bahamian. Yesterday, 8 of the 10 people were taken before the court and arraigned on illegal embarkation charges. 6 Haitian nationals and the Jamaican pleaded guilty. The migrants were ordered to pay $300 each or in default serve 1 year at the Bahamas Correctional Institution. Upon payment of fines or serving prison term, the Haitian and Jamaican nationals were ordered deported to their respective countries. A charge of illegal entry was also levied against the 6 Haitians. They also pled guilty to that offense and were ordered to pay $300 or in default serve 1 year at the Bahamas Correctional Institution. The Jamaican male found himself having to answer to another charge of overstaying. He pleaded guilty to this offense and was convicted by the court and ordered to pay $300 or in default serve 1 year behind bars. The Bahamian man, Alexander Williams, pleaded not guilty to assisting in illegal embarkation. Immigration officials objected to bail, and Williams was remanded to the Bahamas Correctional Institution until May 25th. A house was destroyed by fire in the small community of Russelltown in 8 Mile Rock. Reports say the fire erupted around 3 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. A fire truck from 8 Mile Rock responded and was assisted by a unit from Freeport, but the building and contents were destroyed. It is understood that 2 persons lived in that home. Our ZNS News team spoke with one of the occupants and his father, who say no one was home at the time of the fire, and unfortunately they didn't save any of their possessions.
They're in my house. And then the person called me, and the fire in La Martin. So after this, we call fire engine to get our fire done.
I wasn't home. I wasn't try read to somebody else. When I come in for 4:30, I see my house burn.
Police taking 2 men before the court yesterday accused of 4 of the 5 recent murders. Tonight, the local police chief says officers are committing to maintaining law and order, and he's sounding a warning to the criminal element. Italia Hall reports.
With Grand Bahamas murder count at 7 for the year, violent crime remains a major concern. The Senior Assistant Commissioner of Police, Emric Seymour, says officers will continue to work together to crack down on all acts of criminality.
We don't want what has happened over the past few weeks for that to be a determining, people determine as to this is what Grand Bahamas is all about, because it's not. Okay, as I indicated, they were random acts of criminality, and our investigation would have revealed that, and we've now reached a point where we would have found those persons responsible, and of course now we're bringing them to justice where they so rightfully belong.
Seymour warns that the criminal element will not be allowed to flourish. He says the police will remain on alert, and those engaged in criminal behavior should think again.
We will not leave any stones unturned if you go there and commit a criminal act to ensure that we hunt you down and of course bring you to justice, because we will not have you wreaking havoc on this community.
The Assistant Commissioner of Police says despite the recent spate of fatal shootings, Grand Bahama is still a safe place, and he knows that the police and the public at large must continue the partnership to keep it that way.
If you are intend on committing acts of criminality, the police department and the other law enforcement agencies will definitely hunt you down and bring you to justice, and of course put you before the court and behind bars where you rightfully belong.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
We've heard stories recently about the alleged hacking of email accounts and other security breaches on the internet. And tonight we talk with 2 security experts about this issue. Cybersecurity is becoming a concern here in the Bahamas as many people conduct their personal and professional business online. As the World Wide Web becomes a playground for hackers, a local security firm is placing great emphasis on cybersecurity. Managing Director at AGT, Gaylord Taylor, says this should not be taken lightly.
We have seen what cyber attacks and cybersecurity in the last couple of weeks means in terms of your emails and all of your information being accessible. Everything that you do online is accessible, everything. From the video that you watched on Facebook that you laughed at, to the text that you sent a friend with your social media app. All of these things are accessible now to the person who knows how to get it.
The former police officer says there are measures you can take to protect your online information.
We also look at how to safeguard your data, be it by installing and giving yourself your own internal service, your end-to-end, what we call end-to-end encryption. You just saw it the other day in WhatsApp. End-to-end encryption, it's nothing new, but it is becoming more and more needed. Because what happens is that you want to make sure that the information that I give to you, you have it secured, and I know that it's secured.
Newly appointed Director of Operations Van Roll, who is also a former police officer, believes their combined experience will go a long way in helping Bahamians to safeguard their private information and property.
Bringing that into the organization, certainly we offer that to our corporate community, the safety and security protection of the assets in Grand Bahama and throughout the Bahamas.
Stay with us. There's more news after this.